Welcome to Namu KWAVES. Hi besties, Hwanyoung. Today was not supposed to be special. There was no red carpet, no drama premiere, no press conference. And yet, the whole Korean entertainment industry went silent. A private wedding took place, a wedding no one expected. Kim Ga-eun and Yoon San-woo, two people who had been working side by side in the same industry for years, quietly became husband and wife. No one saw it coming. For 10 years, they had been together. 10 years. No scandal, no clues, not even a rumor. And then today, they appeared in front of their friends and families, smiling like they had been waiting for this moment their entire lives. But the internet did not freeze because of their marriage alone. It froze because of two other guests who sat in the audience. Lee Junho and Yoona. Two names that always bring energy to any room. Two faces that, when placed together, make fans feel something beyond simple friendship. They arrived, they smiled, they clapped, and the world started talking. What if this wedding is more than a celebration? What if it is a mirror? What if history is about to repeat itself? Everyone remembers the first time they saw Kim Ga-eun on screen. Bright, humble, focused. And then there was Yoon San-woo, charming but reserved, the type of actor who speaks through his eyes more than his words. For years, they acted in different projects. They met, they collaborated, they disappeared from headlines. And while the world moved on, they kept something sacred. They did not announce it, they did not post it, they protected it. A decade of love without an audience. The kind of love that does not need confirmation to exist. And then today, without a warning, without a leak, they married. In one single moment, they proved that privacy can still win in a world built on exposure. But among the people watching them promise forever, two other hearts beat quietly in sync. Lee Junho and Yoona. And that is where our story begins. The first time Yoona and Junho shared a screen, fans saw it immediately. The energy was different. They were not just playing characters, they were living them. Cameras captured smiles that lingered too long, laughs that looked too natural. Interviews turned into games of subtle avoidance. When Yoona was asked if she would date an idol, she smiled and said, "I respect people who understand my world." When Junho was asked about his ideal type, he replied, "Someone who knows what silence means." No direct answers, just glimpses. And fans noticed every one of them. Their body language during press tours, their quiet whispers on sets, the way they looked at each other at award shows. None of it felt scripted. And today, they sat together at a wedding that symbolized a decade of silent love. Does that mean something? Or is it just a coincidence? Stay until the end. The moment Yoona could not hide will be revealed. People who were present at the ceremony said something interesting. When Kim Ga-eun walked down the aisle, Yoona held her breath. When Yoon San-woo cried while reading his vows, Junho looked at him with a smile that said, "Someday." The room was filled with love stories, some public, some secret. But between Yoona and Junho, something felt personal. They had both lived under the same pressure. Idols who became actors, stars whose every expression was watched. They knew what it meant to be careful, and seeing their friends who had kept love alive for 10 years must have hit something deep. Because for the first time in a long while, Yoona was not acting. Her smile was not performance, her tears were not script. There was understanding in her eyes, as if she saw a future version of herself standing where Kim Ga-eun stood. Silence can mean many things in celebrity life. It can mean denial, it can mean distance, but sometimes it means protection. Lee Junho and Yoona have never denied anything, but they have never confirmed either. They simply let time speak for them. Their fans have been waiting for years, studying details, rewatching interviews, decoding moments. And still, neither of them breaks the pattern. But then comes a day like today, a day that makes everyone re-evaluate. If Kim Ga-eun and Yoon Sun-woo could keep a relationship for 10 years, then what makes it impossible that Yoona and Junho are doing the same? Let's look closer. 10 years ago, Kim Ga-eun and Yoon Sun-woo met quietly through work. They developed friendship first. The world's never noticed. In the same way, Yoona and Junho were drawn together by collaboration. They shared laughter on set. They supported each other's solo projects. Their connection grew not through headlines, but through consistent respect. Both couples mastered the art of balance, staying close without ever crossing lines publicly. And when you see them together at an event like today's wedding, you realize how eerily similar their stories are. Love that does not announce itself. Love that waits. Love that does not need witnesses. And maybe, love that lasts. There was a small, unreported moment during the reception. When the photographer asked everyone to gather for the group shot, Yoona stood a little to the side. Junho turned, extended his hand, and said something. She laughed and stepped forward. The camera flashed. The frame captured a room full of celebrities, but only two smiles seemed to mirror each other perfectly. No words, no labels, just a connection that needed no explanation. And that is what makes this story so powerful. The possibility that behind the flashes, a quiet love is still growing. The day belongs to Kim Ga-eun and Yoon Sun-woo. 10 years of silence turned into forever. But for many fans, this day also symbolizes hope. Hope that love can exist without proof. Hope that Yoona and Junho, whether together or not, can find the same kind of peace. Maybe they're just friends. Maybe they're more. Maybe we will know someday. Or maybe the beauty is in not knowing at all. Because sometimes the most beautiful stories are the ones that stay unconfirmed.